Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Taylor Jones. And do you have any idea what time it is? Well, if you don't, then prepare yourselves because it's going to be the coldest winter yet, as in season 6 of Cold Man's Winter. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. LL Cool J said that. But a comeback, it's a whole different meaning. It's a whole different ball game. And of course, it's a whole different season. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Taylor Jones, and I say welcome back to my YouTube channel, TC Jones Edits, as well as my premiere episode of Cold Man's Winter, VI, Roman numeral for 6, season 6. And it's been a long time coming, but since winter is here and fall is gone, I'm back to the old grind. And for those that's wondering about my latest episode, latest video, Goodbye Fall, feel free to check it out. The link will be in the description bar down below. But this time, I would probably have to make sure to let you know about the links referring to the next episode. Because right now, what do I want to talk about for today? Well, on December the 23rd, 2 days before Christmas, I decided to do my premiere episode of season 6 called Comeback. Now, when I think of comeback, just like I referenced the old LL Cool J verse of Mama Said Knock You Out, I think about the hardships that I felt that kept me down. The hardships that I felt left me to be an enemy, to go astray against God, and to turn out weak, whether people notice or not. But dang it, I had enough. Everybody had enough. But a comeback is like the old saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Sometimes you gotta get back up and start all over again. We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. So get back up again. Maybe even think of that old Donald Duck song, Quack, 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 Donald Duck, at the end when they said, when someone knocks you down, get right up again. Show someone like Donald Duck, quack, 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 quack. But for real, a comeback is when you decided that you've been dealing with a lot of pressure. You gave up your favorite hobbies, just like your favorite bands from the old days. They broke up, personal issues with each other, or management, and or the fact that competition slowed everything down. They're not popular, and people would like to talk random smack, calling them one-hit wonders or they washed up. It's like there's no respect from people. There's no respect for life. But matter of fact, if I had my way, I could tell you a comeback. It's like a redemption song. Redeem yourself. Dave Chappelle redeemed himself based on the fact that after he demanded Chappelle's show to be off the air, off of Netflix, he ended up getting paid and he got his license back, his name back, and his show back. From Unforgiven to Redemption Song, Dave Chappelle had a comeback. did mention when he came back on when he first hosted SNL, it was it's scary as well. Scary as well. By the same time, when he came back and performed on SNL, well, hosted SNL, he had a Tribe Called Quest alongside of him to be the artist. But a comeback for a Tribe Called Quest, it was scary as well for them too, especially for the fact that Phife Dawg passed away and they had no other choice but to keep it going. But they made the last album, the comeback album, which was their last ever since the passing of Phife Dawg, and it just happens to be the biggest, powerful setback that slowed everything down. But like I said, anything can lead to breakups, many issues. Have I ever had a comeback moment before? Well, I have. But most of the time, I don't even improve. It's like back and forth, tit and tat. And I am not talking about breasts and tattoos. I'm talking about tit as in this, tat as in that. Front, back, side to side. A lot of people with so much hate, so much anger, and so much pride. They laugh at you. They wanted you to fall. But matter of fact, you're going to have to prove that you get the last laugh, the last dance. A comeback like Michael Jordan after a 2-year hiatus from NBA and the baseball thing didn't go his way. He came back and won another three-peat with Chicago. We all knew that happened. Magic Johnson retiring NBA from the AIDS that he got. He got HIV/AIDS. He retired, but he came back for one more season, and he played alongside the late great Kobe Bryant, who debuted fresh out of high school. A comeback. A lot of people came back to play. Kevin Garnett played as a Timberwolf, and he came back to play as a Minnesota Timberwolf for his last few seasons in the NBA. He made an impact, and he came back, just like LeBron James came back to Cleveland to make it happen. 2 titles with Miami Heat, and after losing against Tim Duncan and the Spurs for revenge in 2014 to 2015, LeBron came back to Cleveland, but 2016 was the biggest moment of LeBron's life, and still he gets talked about. He still gets picked on social media. King LaFlop, La Queen, as in 2 snaps. No, this ain't Living Color. This ain't Men on Films. But how do you come back to all the haters? How do you come back from that? Exactly, you don't understand how the game goes when it comes to comebacks. But I do know. I came back swinging harder and better, like Bo Jackson, Jackie Robinson, Satchel Paige. Wait, he was a pitcher. But what about Willie Mays? A lot of questions left unanswered. But what really is a comeback? A new step, taking everything from the top until you get it right. Just like how many takes until you get the perfect sound of a song. It took me a couple takes. Some people cuss when they messed up. Some people stress. Some people wanna take 5, but others around you, they're like, no, you ain't doing that. No, I want better. I want better, man. Too much tough love can cause somebody to lose their cool, but sometimes the tough love can help you see where you messed up. I talked about tough love, but what does that got to do with a comeback? When it comes to tough love and comebacks, after you realize what people are saying, you take the time to heal, time to build. X-Clan said it best. It's time to build. But do you mean what you say? Do you mean it? I came back swinging, but not just with a baseball bat. I came back swinging with a racket, whether racquetball or tennis, even badminton. Coming back. Return of the Mac. The boss is back. All that. But still, what really is a comeback? A new chapter. Hoping you would do the same things that you once did and take it to a whole different level. I mean, think about it. Jodeci, they made a comeback album back in 2014-15 with the hit single Every Moment I'm With You. Casey, JoJo, Mr. Dalvin, and his brother Devontae Swing back in action after the show, the after party in the hotel, which was from 1995 to 2014, almost 20 years at the time. A Tribe Called Quest comeback album posthumously released for Phife Dawg, but released on Veterans Day. And the title of the album was We Got It From Here. Thank you for your service. Another comeback album I can think of? I don't know. I don't know if there are other comeback albums. But if there were, well, it's kind of like Compton by Dr. Dre. Way after the so-called Detox album. But the album that Dr. Dre made before Compton in 2015, the last album that we knew and heard from Dr. Dre was The Chronic 2001 or 2001. But 2001 to me is kind of like The Chronic 2001, but released in 99 to the 2000. The comeback of Wody BG, Lil Turk, Lil Wayne, and Juvenile, all thanks to Mannie Fresh. The return of the Hot Boys. Put all your egos aside. Put all the beef to rest. Let all the darkness rest in peace. Yeah. And even Sinbad, comedian Sinbad, had a comeback. It was live on Comedy Central, but this was back in between 2006 to 2010. But now Sinbad's dealing with health issues. Almost 70 years old, he made a way. Not talked about enough. Flavor Flav, on the other hand, is kind of like he's starting to get more attention. But the question is, will Public Enemy come back? Who knows? Everybody's been in the game for so long, but some people need a break. It's kind of like the fact that Snoop Dogg got a new album called Missionary, working with Dre again, trying to see what life is like from 1993 to now, 2024. 31 years in the rap game. Debut album in 93, and coming back with a new album that was released on Friday the 13th, December the 13th, 2024. A comeback like homecoming to your alumni. Where the high school, I had my comeback with Milan High, referring to my 10-year reunion. Class of 12, 10 years later, 1 month after baby sister graduating, I come back to Milan High to reunite with my fellow 2012 classmates. 10 years. But then I'll do it again. Do it again in 32 if the Lord allow us to live to see that day. But for right now, I'm living one day at a time. Who would have thought that I would make a impact? Who would have thought that I would have 46 subscribers on YouTube? Even though some sources say that I started YouTube in 2015. How could that be possible if I'd never even made my first video? Well, my first video I ever made was back in 2018 because of an assignment I had to do for a YouTube video for public relations to talk about random things, random topics, rants, cover songs, to the fact that I had to step my game up. My rap persona, Uncle Bean, both songs that I recorded and the instrumentals that followed by Cold Man's Winter since 2020, or the coronavirus pandemic era. But I started Cold Man's Winter in February, late January, early February of 2020. And look at me now. 11 episodes, season 1. 24 episodes, seasons 1 and 2. Because I had 13 in season 2. Seasons 3 through 5. 3 through 5, 15. And if you add them all together, 15, 30, 45, 58, 69. And no, I'm not talking about doggy style. No, I'm not talking about the sex position when you think of 69. And I'm darn well not talking about Tekashi neither. I'm talking about 69 as in 69 boys. Cotton candy, sweet and gold. Let me see that Tootsie Roll. Wait a minute. Keep it clean, kid. Kick. Back in the days, it used to be keep it simple, stupid. But for teachers, keep it simple, student. But I came up with keep it clean, kid. Kick. We kiss, we kick. Instead of kissing the world's butt, we might as well kick some butts. Now that's a comeback. Like a comeback that we were expecting from Mike Tyson, but it didn't turn out the way we thought it would, because Jake Paul is still undefeated. He still believes he's number one. And all the memes and the videos and the talks, I guess it didn't faze Jake Paul. Like his rap song he made, even the Gucci Mane remix of it, it's everyday bro to Jake Paul. Will Logan say the same? I mean, all the memes, it's selling like a God church. What does that mean? That's on Jake Paul. But still, somebody's got to put an end to this. Now wait a minute. To come back swinging like making a diss track, it doesn't turn out well. J. Cole came back after people taunted him and disrespected him, called his music garbage, especially when he dissed Kendrick Lamar. But Kendrick said something about I'm gonna give you till April the 7th or whatever date it was to apologize. And J. Cole did it. But he was smart too. He apologized and stayed out of the beef between him and Kendrick Lamar and Drake. But now Drake versus Kendrick Lamar is still going on. Everybody remembers the tailor-made freestyle that Drake made using AI Tupac and AI Snoop to disrespect Kendrick. Tupac estate, the Shakur estate, sued Drake and wanted him to cease and desist because of the AI Tupac mishandlement. Well, I don't know if that's a word, mishandlement. Do you mean mishaps? And even Snoop was clowning like, he did what? Where? When? Man, but Kendrick, he stepped up. Not just because of they not like us, but reincarnated. He proved Drake how to imitate, like respect the legendary Tupac Shakur. Instead of using AI, he had to imitate Tupac, just like Eminem did when he did diss tracks from Hail Mary to Hit 'Em Up. Tupac had mad love. He been talked about. But some rappers claim that he's not the greatest of all times. LL Cool J was one of them. I understand. But people always get so worked up over conditions, predictions, opinions. How can you come back from that? I'm going to tell you like this. If I came back swinging, I would do it with common sense. Just like Lonnie Rashid Lynn, Mr. Common himself. acting to rapping. No, from rapping to acting. Vice versa. Whichever comes first. And just like Ice Cube, O'Shea Jackson Sr. said himself, just because I'm acting, homie, never stop rapping. So when you see me in the party, I'ma keep it cracking. Everything I did in my life turned to magic. Who you think you're messing with? Here's another classic. But, come to think of it, a comeback. Season 6, Episode 1, The Comeback. How many episodes is it now that I got under my belt, including this one? 70. 70 episodes. 4 years, about to be 5, when the end of my season 6, appears. Because guess what? I always start in winter, December, whether the 21st or later on, before Christmas or during Christmas, and end it when spring hits. That's like a daily routine for me. Now that's a comeback. Comeback after 9 months of concluding one season and starting another, until you ain't got enough energy, enough respect, enough moments left. Sometimes you gotta remember the show must go on. But for right now, when it comes to having a comeback moment, you have to come back swinging. Forget about the past, but then again, learn from your mistakes and improve. I had to learn too many mistakes in the hardest way. And guess what? It always messes me up. But now, as I reach the ending of 2024, but I gotta get through Christmas first, which will be the next episode. I would have to stick with my roots. Be not ashamed to tell the truth. Be not ashamed to stand up for what you believe in. Be not ashamed to put God first. Be not ashamed to give your favorite hobby another go. I mean, can you imagine what it'd be like if DJ Paul and Juicy J put all their egos aside and did another 3 6 Mafia album? They've been touring together. That's what Lord Infamous would want. That's what Coopster wanted. That's what Gangsta Boo wanted. Because half of the members are gone. But what about Crunchy Black? I'm not sure. I mean, they paved the way for Memphis. But Gangsta Pat, he was the first OG Memphis rapper to be signed to a major record label. But what happened? What caused him to leave Atlantic after his first album? What happened? Ain't no telling. But a comeback has to be done right. Like, let's say your favorite MC, like Spice One, did another album. He'd be rapping his head off to the day he gets buried. But he still believe that ninjas nowadays, or Trigger, has no heart. Never had heart since 1993. Never had heart. And this is more than menace to society. And the only song that got my attention when it came to Spice One, Robert Lee Green Jr. from Hayward, California. Signed to Jive Records, but Jive wanted him to change his styles. But after Immortalized in 1999 or 2000, Spice One left Jive. He had to move on. Record industry number 4080. Rule 4080. Record companies are shady. A Tribe Called Quest warned us about it. But they were signed to the same record label that Spice One was signed to, Jive. And look at how it turned out. Jive is dead. LaFace is dead. Jay is dead. Uptown was resurrected in 2018. Can you imagine what it'd be like if Mary J. Blige re-signed to Uptown Records just to make another Uptown Records album after 30 years, referring to My Life album. Now, after My Life, she left Uptown, but she was still with MCA. Uptown was heading to an end at the time. And when the late Heavy D stepped down from A&R and taken over Uptown, it was the end. 1999, Uptown is dead. But it was 2018. Almost 20 years later, 19 years later, Uptown Records is resurrected. And Sierra's supposed to be in the record label whenever she makes a new album. Mary J. Blige, if she watches this, can you imagine what it'd be like if she came back to Uptown Records? Can you imagine what it'd be like if Busta Rhymes brought back Flip Mode, the Flip Mode Squad, Spliff Star, Lord of Mercy, if they patch up their differences? Rampage the Last Boy Scout, known for screaming, Flip Mode is the squad. Raw Digger, Raw, the first female of Flip Mode. Baby Cam, spelled CHAM for chameleon. Who knows what a comeback would feel like? Do you know what a comeback would feel like if Escape reunited with So So Def and put their egos to the side? No more Escape versus Jermaine Dupri, no. Da Brat. Can you imagine what it'd be like if she reunited, came back to the game to make one more album or two, because she still got what it takes? A comeback for Da Brat and So So Def. A comeback for D'Angelo, what we all need. The comeback of Maxwell, the comeback of Tony, the comeback of Silk, the comeback of True, the Real Untouchables. But they're doing this for C Murder, Master P, and Silk the Shocker. The comeback of the No Limit Soldiers. And they even have to do this not only for C Murder, but for Mystical. I mean, people made dumb mistakes, but dang it, they came back swinging with revenge. But sometimes revenge is not the answer of why they came back. Just like MF Doom, rest in peace. But the goal is to come back and to make everything turn out better than before. Because when you come back, you have to stick with what you say. Stick with what you believe in. Stick with what you do. Stick with how you live. And I'm not talking about LGBTQ. I'm talking about living with your family and friends. Living with God on your heart and mind. I'm talking about living just enough for the city I'm living. Just enough for the city I'm living. This is more than Stevie Wonder. This is more than Boys to Men singing I Will Get There. This is more than Bruce Hornsby and the Rain saying that's just the way it is. This is more than meets the eye. You only live once. Some say YOLO and others say swag. But I gotta make a comeback myself. With all that being said, this is yours truly, Taylor Jones, saying thank you for sticking with me, especially on season 6, episode 1, the comeback episode. Because I came back swinging this time. But what other topics will I talk about? Like I said, the Christmas episode is coming its way, since we're only 2 days away till Christmas. So stick with me, because season 6 just started on a good note, and the goal is to keep going even when 2025 hits, because 2024 is almost dead and gone. People die every day. People strive to live life to the fullest. And some people want to come back right here, right now, and give all that they've got for one reason and one reason only: to fight, serve, and protect. But for Christians, all Christian beings, one goal, one reason, or the reason why we come back: to live for the Lord, to put the devil in his place until the day Jesus makes a comeback. So with all that being said, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the notification bell and there'll be more in stores. The video of my latest video, Goodbye Fall, which I reminisce the season fall/autumn coming to an end the day before winter. It's in the description box down below. So check all that good stuff out. And stay tuned to the next episode of Cold Man's Winter Season 6. This is yours truly, Taylor Jones, signing out. Thank you for episode 1.